Hi, we're here with Mike, the Count Bisping, with me, Danny Brough for MMA UK, at the grand opening for CLASS UFC GYM in Woking. Mike, it's looking absolutely unbelievable here. What's your first impressions?
Yeah, I mean, this is it's a beautiful facility, as you can see. Very, very high-end finish. You know, it's I mean, UFC gym in general. Of course, you know the UFC is synonymous with martial arts and combat. But what we're trying to achieve at UFC gym in the UK and UFC gym in general, it's a fitness-based place. You know, of course you can do martial arts, you can learn jiu-jitsu, you can do boxing, cardio, kickboxing, those types of things. But it's about world-class fitness, coming in there, being a part of a community, getting a good sweat on, burning some calories and things like that. So certainly in the class model as well. Obviously, we just do classes. You come in here, 50-minute sessions, I believe, and they'll put you through your paces. As you can see, we have a variety of equipment for, they call it DUT, Daily Ultimate Training. People absolutely love the concept, and as you can see, it's a great environment to work out in. We've got a beautiful recovery room with cryotherapy, we've got Normatec, massage machines, we've got a sauna, we've got everything here. So if you're in the Woking area, come check it out and come and train at this beautiful location.
Thank you very much. It is absolutely fantastic. I've not seen a gym like it. It shouldn't really be played down of how much a big deal it is to have UFC coming to the UK, putting some investment into places like this around here. It's hard to be a UFC fan because of the time difference, and it must be a struggle to kind of hit this market. It must be a great start to try and get into it and try and move it on into the UK.
Yeah. So I actually have a UFC gym in Costa Mesa, California. Obviously, I live out in the States now, and I got heavily involved with the brand, and I'm very, very passionate about, I mean, of course I'm passionate about the UFC. I still work for the UFC. I do a lot of commentating and things like that. But to be associated with UFC gym, I mean, I started training at them and I thought, wow, this is amazing. And then I got to know the company, the president of the company. And, I invested with Cub Swanson, another UFC fighter, and we opened the gym in Costa Mesa. And the response was just fantastic. And as I say, you walk in, the energy, you just, it puts a smile on your face. You're not looking at a treadmill and waiting for the seconds to go down. You're enjoying yourself whilst working out, potentially learning some new skills as well. So I thought, we need this in England. We need this in the UK. And so with one of my partners, Joe Long, I sat down with Joe, and then we met some other partners, and it's been a lot of work, but here we are. We have 2 locations open right now, and we're going to be rolling out all over the country and the UK and Ireland as well. So over the next 10 years, hopefully we'll be in a city near you. We're going to be, as I say, rolling out everywhere, and people are going to love it. They really are. If they come in and they give it a try, as I say, you're working out in a beautiful environment. The the facilities are second to none. They really are. And the classes are just incredible, So come down, check it out, give it a try. You will not be disappointed.
Thank you. The atmosphere is, like you say, as soon as you walk in, it just feels different to just your normal, average, everyday gym. Yeah. Are we going to see one in Clitheroe anytime soon?
I mean, a lot of people saying on Instagram, they're like, Mike, I want one in Liverpool, one in Manchester, one here. It's like, guys, it's one step at a time. We can't just click our fingers and the gyms pop up. I'm from Clitheroe, obviously. Not sure Clitheroe is the target market. I mean, I love Clitheroe and I would love to have one there, but we're going to be focusing on, bigger towns to start.
It's got to be on top of your list. It's got to be up there.
Well, Manchester's top of my list, obviously in the northwest, because that's a good market. It's a big city, But yeah, it'd be nice to have one in Clitheroe.
Yeah. Maybe sometime soon. You never know. Any idea about Manchester? Maybe Hyde area where Hatton's gym is and somewhere around there?
Well, we're not sure, but we definitely will be coming to Manchester, Liverpool, all the major cities, Glasgow, Edinburgh, all these types of places, certainly Dublin. We've got a number of locations that should be popping up in Dublin pretty soon. We've got one in Medway coming, Kent, Milton Keynes, Ipswich. These are all under construction and in the works as we speak. So as I say, we are rolling out everywhere. It's a big operation. We've got a great team. We've got a very, very passionate team here. And as I say, we're going to revolutionize the fitness industry. People are going to come in, they're going to realize that the slogan for UFC gym is train different. And you do train differently, So yeah, I'm excited.
Good, you look excited. It's absolutely brilliant.
A little jet lagged as well, but yeah, no, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it must be good for, imagine if you, when you were 18, coming into a gym like this, which obviously you wouldn't have had that opportunity, it must be something really good for new upcomers to make a difference, and maybe we'll see more Darren Tills coming out of the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I mean, as you say, when I started doing martial arts, you go into places and, they're very dingy, spit and sawdust. I'll be honest, I don't mind a bit of that either, but to attract the masses, to attract children, to get them in, you need something a little bit nicer if possible. If possible. I mean, everyone wants to be in a nice environment if possible. So as you can see, I mean, this is like equivalent to a 5-star hotel in terms of gyms. Martial arts was very beneficial to me. I left school at 16, didn't go down the whole college route. That's a big regret in my life. Fortunately, martial arts, gave me a way to have a career, a very successful career. Also taught me a lot about confidence, self-respect. It was a great environment to be in, a lot of discipline involved. The benefits of being involved with martial arts, they're endless, they really are. So for children to come in and give it a go, do some jiu-jitsu, some boxing, things like that, it's very beneficial. They're gonna work on their confidence. It's good for their mental health. But of course, for the parents, they can have a great workout as well while the kids are doing jiu-jitsu. But as I say, it's not only martial arts. These are fitness gyms. So if you want to do some martial arts and learn some skills, you can. But we are primarily a fitness gym. Obviously with UFC branding, we come in, the music's blasting, there's a lot of energy and a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. Now, Quitters Never Win.
Yeah.
It's doing well. It's a good read. It's coming out in America. When's it coming out?
Ready?
I have.
Okay, good.
Couldn't make it to the Trafford Centre.
Yeah.
Stuff came up, but I enjoyed it. I think people out there should go and get it.
Yeah.
When's it out in the USA?
Yeah, so it releases in January in the States, and the response over here has been phenomenal. I'm very proud to say we made it to the Sunday Times bestsellers list. I think we were in at number 4, so it's not bad. I think we were just behind Michelle Obama's book, so not bad company. And yeah, Quitters Never Win, available in the bookstore or online. Go to Amazon, check it out. Yeah, the response has been fantastic, it really has, and I'm very humbled. I was very nervous about the book, obviously, because I bear all. It's not a lot of books, they just focus on the positives, but I went in pretty hard, on the struggles. There's a lot of ups and downs in a fight career like mine, so I bared my soul, and if you want to read about it, as I say, check it out. It comes out in the States in January, but in the UK, it's available now.
Thank you very much. Now, going from UFC, punching people in the face, hyperdrive, what got you into that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I commentate for the UFC now. Prior to that, I was working for Fox Sports, hosting UFC Tonight, doing the pre-fight shows, the post-fight shows, things like that. I have an agent out in the States. I'm working on an acting career. That's going pretty well. Things are going good. I'm getting work all the time. Slowly but surely building my credits and getting bigger roles. And then out of the blue, my agent hit me up about this show called Hyperdrive, which I knew nothing about. For those that people don't know, check it out on Netflix. It's 30 of the best amateur drivers from around the world. They go to this very futuristic race course. It's more like an obstacle course, some ridiculous obstacles that these racers have to go through. And anyway, they'd seen me hosting UFC Tonight, and they thought, we like this guy. So I went for an audition, got the part, and yeah, there you go. I mean, it was an amazing experience. I love cars. I'm a guy, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about what goes on under the bonnet. I have no clue, you know what I mean? But I had to, as they say, fake it until you make it. So there might have been a bit of BS floating about. I might have been reading up, or I was hitting on my mate who's a mechanic going, this kind of car, tell me about it, you know what I mean? So you got to do your research, but it's a fun show. You should check it out for sure.
All them nice cars, what do you drive?
What do I drive? Shut up, come on. What have I got? I've got a Range Rover.
A Range Rover. You got a Maserati as well?
I did have a Maserati. I just got rid of it, actually. Yeah, I got rid of that. But I traded it in. I had the Maserati for a bit. Maserati Quadriporta GTS, all customed out. Beautiful car, but I just felt like a bit of an idiot, if I'm honest. Because when you turn the engine, it's so loud and it's a bit obnoxious, to be honest. And when you're pulling up for a pint of milk, you kind of look like a bit of an idiot. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I prefer to be a bit more low key. I bought that when I won the belt, was champion of the world.
Showing off.
No, I weren't showing off. I went down to the showroom where my mate owns the garage. And he's a salesman, and he got me. And my wife was like, Michael, you deserve it. You've worked so hard. I'm like, yeah, I do deserve it. And then as soon as you drive off the forecourt, you're like, what have I done? Why have I done this? So that was a bit of fun for a while, but yeah.
Back to reality now. Calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't not ask you why your UFC 245's coming up. Who do you think's going to have the main event on that one? Colby and Usman.
Oh, Colby and Usman. Yeah. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, you probably think Usman, because he looked so impressive. Again, well, he's looked very impressive. I think he's undefeated. But when he beat Woodley, that was a one-sided beatdown. But you can't count Colby out, man. He's just looked sensational. Yeah, he's very controversial. You know, he certainly plays that role well. You know, and I'm not particularly the biggest fan of the guy, or maybe the shtick. You know, from what I hear, that's not his real personality. He's just trying to sell fights and whatnot. If that's the case, then so be it. You know, I certainly said things to sell fights as well along the way. You know what I mean? But yeah, probably Kamaru Usman. I think he'll probably take that, probably by decision. But what do I know? You never know.
Your picks for the BMF fight night didn't go too well.
No,
I think you got the main one.
Yeah, the main event.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You had George on the podcast. You were very humble. I know you had a bit of a beef a bit ago, but you can tell it was natural, it was real. You got him on the podcast man to man. You just said how it was. Will we see Colby on the podcast and you having the same effect with him if he was to win the belt?
Yeah, you never know. Listen, as I say, if it's just his character and whatnot, I respect everyone that has the courage to step in there, whether it's boxing, whether it's just a jiu-jitsu tournament, mixed martial arts fight, whatever it is. You know, it takes a lot of nerves to, you know, you put yourself on the line, you're putting yourself out there to be judged and all this type of thing. So I respect everyone. And so my podcast, Believe You Me, by the way, check it out on iTunes, YouTube, all that type of stuff. People love it, actually. It's crazy. I meet so many people, the first thing they say is, oh, I love the podcast. I'm like, really? You listen to that? Because the thing is, I started the podcast and I just get a bit carried away. My co-host is an idiot, so he brings that side of me out, and then before you know it, we're talking absolute nonsense and being a little bit controversial. You know what I mean? But we're just having a laugh. You know what I mean? We're just having a laugh. People love it. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you won't really put you both together.
No.
But when you're actually there and you kind of just bounce off each other, it's brilliant to listen to.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I love it. I'm very passionate about it. Actually, I'm growing the podcast all the time. And believe it or not, I love it.
You're doing one whilst you're over here, I think.
No,
it's one due.
To be honest, because obviously the equipment, I put an order in, it never turned up in time because I wanted to be doing some on the road. I wanted to do some at UFC GYM Nottingham and things like that, and have a few people on and whatnot. But the equipment that I needed to be mobile, I never showed up in time, but in future I will be, yeah. I'm going down to Sao Paulo. I fly home today, I land Tuesday, and then Wednesday I fly down to Sao Paulo to commentate the UFC event, but I'll bring that with me. I'll be snagging a few fighters and whatnot, so yeah.
Right, well, thank you very much for coming, and like I say, get down to UFC CLASS GYM in Woking. Thank you very much, Michael Bisping, Danny Bruff, MMA UK, thank you.